Hey, what's up guys? Coach Rocky here, the official trainer for I Love Basketball TV. In today's video, we're going to be getting into the beginner's guide to shooting a basketball. I'm going to go through all the basics that you need to master before you ever start thinking about shooting a bunch of three-point shots, shooting a bunch of long-range shots. First, you have to get down the base. We have to get down the foundation, because shooting is like building a house, right? You could have the coolest house, but if it's built on a bad foundation, guess what? The house is going to fall. I don't care how expensive the accessories in the house are. It's kind of the same thing with shooting. If you don't get the foundational stuff down, you can have the coolest moves and everything, but if you go into that shot and it's broke, you're going to struggle, you're not going to get playing time, and you're not going to be the player that you want to be. So it starts with this base, it starts with this foundation. Without further ado, let's just get straight into this beginner's guide to shooting. Now, one of the reasons I want to do this video is because I was reading the comments. I know y'all think I don't read the comments, but I actually do. And I've been seeing some of our trainers on the channel, they teach squaring your body to the basket, where I teach turning your feet a little. At the end of the day, it's all about preference. All right, so if you're a shooter, if you feel more comfortable shooting the ball like this, that's fine. If you shoot better with your feet like this, with a little angle, that's fine. You can find the best shooters in the NBA. You'll find some that shoot like this. You'll find some that shoot like this. So again, shooting is all about preference. It's all about being comfortable. It's all about having a form that you can replicate over and over and over. So again, what I like to do is I like to turn my feet, but all that's important is that you have a good base. We don't want a base that's too wide. So if you're square, you don't want your shot like this. If you're angled, you don't want your shot like this. Again, if I'm teaching a player from scratch, I'm going to teach him to turn his feet. The reason I teach that is because it gets rid of the tension out of the shoulders, and it helps you actually square your body to the basket. Now, some trainers might say just square your body to the basket and they turn their feet, and this is what they mean. As long as you're square to the basket. Now, the reason why I don't like this in particular is because sometimes it's harder there's a little more tension up here. It's harder to get your shot straight versus here, it's like everything is in a straight line. But again, it's all about being comfortable. The guys that teach like this are probably more comfortable shooting like this, and that's nothing against them. That's how they do it. And if players shoot like this, again, there's nothing against them for that. It's all about your perfect base. Some players might shoot like this, which I wouldn't teach this, but if this is how they're comfortable, then sometimes you just gotta rock with it. So again, find a base that fits you. You know, take some shots like this, take some shots like this, see what fits better. Take some shots like this, well, not like this, but take some shots like this, maybe a little closer, but you don't want too close because it's going to be hard to have balance. So find a good base that you're comfortable shooting with. Whatever you can have good base. One thing I say do is jump in the air and however you land, because a lot of times when you land, that's how your body feels most balanced. All right, so nobody's going to jump up and land like this. So nobody's going to shoot like that. Nobody's going to jump up and land like this because you don't have good balance. So you're not going to shoot like that. Jump up, see where your feet land. And this is pretty much my base for my shot. So once you have the base down, let's talk about hand placement, because I feel that's next. Now, as a good shooter, what I like to do is I always line my hands on the seams. I just have learned, like, no matter where I catch the ball, I just automatically know how to switch my hands quick enough. You don't have to shoot like that. You could shoot however you catch the ball if you feel comfortable, but this has always been most comfortable for me. It helps me replicate the same shot over and over. When I know my hand is on the seams every time, it makes it easier for that repetition. Again, that's what shooting's all about, being comfortable and being able to have repetition with your shot. So when it comes to shooting, I don't really get into which finger to shoot with. Again, this just happens. Like, I'm not gonna tell you shoot. I think I just shoot with my middle finger. Some players shoot with their front finger. Again, that doesn't really matter to me. I feel that's just however it comes off your hand. I don't really focus on that. All I focus on is, one, having the C in your hand. I've talked about this before, but you wanna have a C. So go here, here. So wherever that C is, that's kind of where you want to be, because if it's like a V like this, then a lot of players are going to hitch their shot and they're not going to get a good smooth shot. And if it's too far out here, then you're not gonna get enough power, not enough control of your shot. That's why I recommend this C right here. And you can see my hand right here. I have a little, I'm not palm on the ball like this. I actually have a little window. I forgot, one of my high school coach used to say, you should have a little window right here. And I guess that's just where I developed that. But all shooters, you should have a little space. It's kind of like when you're dribbling, right? When you're dribbling, you're not pounding the ball because you don't have good control. It's the same thing with shooting. You have this pocket right here so that you can control the ball. And then the last thing is you're getting into your follow through. You want your follow through. You don't want it too high. I see some players go like this. I see some players go like this. So you don't want that. You want it kind of in between both of those. You want your elbow at around the eyebrow area. And you want, my coach used to say, hand in the cookie jar, or I forgot what he used to call it, the gooseneck, I think he called it. But either way, just your hand like this. Now you have your placement, you have your base. The next thing we want to focus on is now kind of putting all that together. One thing that I teach is, again, I teach the shot path versus the shot pocket. I've talked about this last video, or not last video, but one in the previous videos, I've talked about not doing a shot pocket, because when you do the shot pocket, you kind of place it there and then shoot, and a lot of times it messes players up. That's why I teach that C is like part of your shot path, but it's just a path, because you should be coming into your shot like that. You shouldn't be going here, place, and then shooting. That's a mistake a lot of young players make, is they come, they set it here, and then they shoot instead of, even if, I don't care if your release is up here, I don't care if your shot pocket is here, here. If you're younger, it's gonna be here. Either way, we're not placing it there, we're just going smooth through. Again, if you're younger, you're gonna have a lower release, a lower pocket or whatever, a lower path, but nothing changes. As you get older, it'll raise up. But again, only thing that's raising up is where you release it. Everything else is going to be pretty much the same. We're going to have that shot path, so it's smooth and it's something you can replicate. So we've gone through that. We want a nice base. We don't want to shoot standing straight up. We don't want to get too low. Again, whatever base feels comfortable for you. It's all about being comfortable. And then have that shot pocket, that shot path, good hand placement, all that. That's key to shooting before you ever start trying to launch threes or start trying to do other stuff. Stephen Curry, when his dad changed his shot in high school, he didn't let Steph step out to the three-point line. Now he's the greatest three-point shooter of all time. Just because, look, this is the off season. This is the best time to work on your game. So you can work on just shooting close for now and master that form. By the time summer comes around, by the time next year comes around, you'll have this form mastered and you'll be able to step in real games. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the guide hand or the offhand. Either way, whatever you call it, I don't care what you call it. But all you want to do is, this hand right here is to help you bring the ball up. But when you release, you'll see all great shooters have a one-handed jump shot. So very few guys like Kyrie, he has a little thumb action, but he still has good rotation. Some players have too much of the thumb involved and their shot goes that way and the rotation's messed up. But the majority of great shooters, everything is, they'll have the guide hand like this, nothing else touching it, no thumb, no nothing, and it's just a one-handed shot. That's what you want to have in your shot, because once you start adding two hands, it's just not going to work. So you got to have the one-handed shot, guide hand. Even if you're down, even if you're shooting the ball, I know a lot of you younger players are shooting the ball from down here. Still the same thing. You're still going here. I have little nephews that can shoot lights out, and they shoot from down here. But guess what? They go through the shot pass, they go through everything, and they have the guide hand, and they go just like that. But it's still one-handed shot. So no matter where you're shooting, nothing changes. Like, again, I don't care if you're shooting the ball from this side of your face, this side of your face, the front of your face. It's all about comfort. Either way, that guide hand, that shot path, once you find it, it goes through that every time. Now, the last thing I'm going to address on this video is the aim that you want. What do you want to aim at? You know, some players say back of the rim. Some coaches say back of the rim. Some say front of the rim. Even some great players like Ray Allen said he aimed at the back of the rim. I feel this is all about preference, but I'm going to tell you my preference is to imagine that in the rim there's like a big red dot, black dot, whatever dot, a target right in the very middle of the rim that never changes. See, the reason I don't like focusing on the front or the back of the rim is because depending on where you're at on the court, you're going to have different targets. So I like to focus on just pretend there's a target right in the middle and pretend the rim has like a little fence around it. So imagine that the rim maybe has like a fence like the size of your hand around it. So you have to have enough arc to get the ball over that fence and hit that target. And that's what I like to focus on when I'm shooting the basketball and what I teach some of my players. But again, it's all about preference. That's what shooting is. It's a lot about preference and what feels comfortable for you, because shooting, you have to be able to replicate your shot over and over. If you're doing something you're not comfortable with, then you're never going to replicate it. You're going to go back to bad habits. But you can't keep coming to the gym changing your form. Again, when I was young, if I was growing up now, I'd probably want to shoot like Steph Curry one day, shoot like Isaiah Thomas one day, shoot like Klay Thompson another day. So I would be changing my shot all the time. And that's how I used to be when I was younger. I'd want to shoot like Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, guys like that. And every week or so I was changing my form, and I could never become consistent, never become confident in a shot. So start from the basics, find your form that you like, whether it's your base, whether it's your shot pocket, whether it's what finger you're shooting with, I don't care. It's whatever feels most comfortable for you. But I've laid down the basics in this video that can help you start to build your shot. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Take these beginner tips, these basics to your shooting, and take your shooting to the next level. If you want to take your game to the next level and you're a small guard that is looking to improve your game, I have a brand new program I'm going to give to you for free. This program usually costs $97, but because you guys have helped us hit 1 million subscribers this whole March Madness month, and I'm going to be giving away this program absolutely free. It's called the Undersized Guard Essential Skills Package. All you have to do is click the first link in the description. That's going to take you to a page. You enter your first name and your email. From there, you're going to get an email from me, and I'm going to be telling you how to create your account inside of our members area. So yes, you're going to get inside of the members area just like all our other programs. So again, it's absolutely free. It's yours today. It's not going to last forever, but I wanted to hook you up. I wanted to make sure you get it. So again, click that first link in the description, go to that page, enter your first name and your email, then check your email, and I'll send you access to that Essential Skills Package immediately. Go take your game to the next level. If you enjoyed this video, do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up for me. Comment below, let me know what else you need, what else you want me to talk about. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, I Love Basketball TV. Until next time, I'll see you then.